It's the most beautiful view here, through the trees, to pink over the mountains, the mist. I don't know what you can see in this video, but what I'm seeing is marvelous. It is a breezy day today. My last, well, real day on the Appalachian Trail. I decided to scratch going to Cosby Shelter because it's supposed to rain, and cold and rain and high of 55 just doesn't sound fun for my last day out. So today's nice. I'm gonna walk all the way to Davenport Gap Shelter as planned, so I'm back to my original plan. And it's 14.6 miles, but it's, you know, the trail's not a lot of climbing and it's pretty smooth, so I think I'll be fine. And I don't even care if I get in there dark. I'll be at that point 1 or 2 miles, or 1.5, I don't know how far, 1 to 2 miles from my pickup point. 2 miles, I think. But at any rate, it'll be 64 degrees. And for me, I will take it. This colder weather has not been good for my brain, I don't think. I've caught myself making like stupid. I'm not firing on all cylinders here. But I think I'm just so tired of fighting to be warm that I'm just not thinking. Just not good for a cold-natured person like me. But no regrets. And I wanted to take more footage of camp life, but usually there's people there in this stretch. And then my goal is to get warmed up and do my chores. Well, not get warmed up. I have to do my chores, get everything done, so I can get in my tent under my quilt and get warmed up. Even right now, I'm regretting my decision to bury my gloves because it was warmer today, but man, my fingers are, wind is biting. But I just started out. I know it takes about 30-45 minutes to warm up a little bit. What I need is a good incline. But this is my day. Today, I guess technically the second to the last day on the Appalachian Trail. I think earlier I was reporting that I started in 2007. I actually started in 2006. So it's been a 14-year journey. Another little peek in the glorious mountains with the clouds sitting down in them. I got my whoosh. I got my up. I'm going to enjoy this pine forest while I can. I don't know when I start going down, how long before it'll disappear. Although I see pines everywhere out there on the mountains. I just came from that way. And let me show you what I've been watching off to my left. This is the trail, goes right along here. It's been nice, like a walk in the park. But look out there. Now that body of water is closer. I don't know if that's Lake Dandridge. I think that's the name of it. I don't know what lake that is or reservoir. You can see all little houses down below. I am happy to be going down. Well, I know I've got some up to do, but generally I'm going a lot more down today. Thousands of feet down. And I think only 3,100, which is, I don't even know, maybe half up, mostly down. Wow. And that water goes way on off over there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Nice, the wind stopped blowing, which is cool. And I'll probably take this puffy off at some point. I set myself, like on days like this, just to keep me on track, a goal So even with picture taking and breaks and all, I know this is embarrassing to admit, but I want to keep it at a 45-minute mile or less. Looking back. So pretty. So I kind of set waypoints along the way. Okay, in two miles I need to be here. It should take me no more than an hour and a half. Now I have stopped today to take pictures, not much. So I should be at my first waypoint, but just so I know how much dawdling I can do. And sometimes I have to like kick it into gear because I dawdled too long. But I don't think terrain is going to be an issue today. It's just a walk in the park. This is the site of an old helicopter launch pad. It is also the site where I got rid of my puffy. I think I need to get rid of my rain pants too, because the wind has really died down. My pack is getting smaller. But look at the view. Another glorious spot. I love it. Smoky Mountains. When the weather is nice, I love you. Remember all the rhododendron tunnels I hiked through in Virginia? If you watched any of those videos, I just realized they've lost most of their leaves. They still have a few up there. But it's quite the different experience. It's a lot more open than going in the dark, dense tunnels of summer. Now these are the tunnels of fall. Interesting. Quite the contrast. And there's a blaze up there. Good. I've been looking for a blaze. Making really good time today. Yay. I just came from that way. But if you are camping at Cosby Campground, look, it's only 5 miles away. You can hike up here to the Appalachian Trail. And if you go up the trail, I think there's some views off to the left too. I mean, on the southbound Appalachian Trail. So, Snake Dendridge Trail goes that way. And Appalachian Trail heading that way. Cosby Knob is 4 more miles, 3.9. That's where I'll have lunch. And if I keep up my time, I'll be there in 2 hours. Definitely getting down in elevation. Now you can see the mountains up close and personal out there. It's a different perspective. Whoa, I'm trying to stand up on a knoll here. Wow. Trail goes that way. Still going down. Came from that way. Looks dark, but it's not. I made it to Cosby Knob Shelter, which is now reopened, where I was going to stay, but I'm not now. I mean, it's lunchtime. But danger, bears are active in this area. Do not approach them. Attacks on humans have occurred, inflicting serious injuries and death. Yikes. Well, that was one of the things too. I got to thinking, if I stay here, I stay here by myself. Probably, because nobody knows it's open. I don't know if I'd want that. High trafficked bear area. How far down is this? How bad I want to go down and see it. This is Cosby Shelter. I just had a quick lunch here. There's little birds up in those bushes making that noise, like having little sand baths. It's really cold. I have my puffy back on while I stopped here. Man, I'm over the cold, y'all. But anyway, this is it. I'm glad I'm not staying here. It's kind of creepy. There's wood there. Maybe somebody's up here doing some trail work. There's a hat. Those are my poles. There's a hat and a, looks like a steak bag. I checked to make sure nobody was behind that. Of course, they could be wrapped up in it. And then you got all these sticks for a fire. Maybe they just set it up for whoever. Because this is recently opened as of September 18th. Bare cables out there. Yeah. Graffiti everywhere, though. I'm actually entertaining the thought of being picked up tonight because I think I'm going to get there in time. So we'll see if I have service. If I don't have service, I'll be staying at Davenport Gap Shelter. Town's getting closer. But we're going up right now. We have to, I think it's my Kramer, have to go up. I'm told not to miss that fire tower there, but I'm going to miss it because I really think I can make it and get picked up tonight and not have to freeze another night. I have 8 more miles. I just checked. But it's 5.5 miles to the shelter. And then, so it'd be 2.5, right? 2.5 miles to the parking lot. Doing it. But this is the path here. And I guess it's a popular day hiker section right here. I just passed 1, 2, 3, 4 people. They hike up from the Cosby campground. Back there, I didn't narrate or anything, but there's a sign. I think it's just like 2.5 miles away. So they go 2.5 miles up, then another mile, and they have that wonderful spot. It's still cold though. Don't let that sunshine fool you. Okay, I'm gonna go some ups here. Looks like. Okay, it's not all flat, just so you know. But it's pretty easy going. But check this out. A view. Rocky round here. You can already see some fall colors. I don't notice it on these hills as much, but the hills I was looking at earlier, very pretty. Look at those trees growing right out of the rock. Cool. Look at the path now. Am I still on the trail? Looks like a park path. Oh, but it's over. Right over on that hill, you can see a little bit of color change already. The one closest to us. Such a nice walk today. I passed an area where yellow leaves were falling. You can look up through the way there and see some yellow. Met a guy, White Owl, who just finished his through hike. And he flipped down here and he's doing a part he's already done just to get it all done in 1 year. So he will have completed the whole trail in 1 year. Davenport Gap, 2.9 miles. I'm getting picked up about a mile beyond that, so despite the rocks and the logs and the steps and everything back there slowing me down, including, I may have taken some pictures of some things, including all that, I'm still making pretty good time. Now that I'm off of Mount Kramer, I should be able, Kammerer. Now that I'm off that mountain, I should be able to make better time, and it should be better for my knees, because that was quite jarring when you don't have shock absorbers in your kneecaps. But if you do this section, definitely hit that trail, the Mount Kammerer trail. It's 0.6 of a mile off the northern section. That was a lower trailhead, so you could actually bypass the AT on that trail. It's a blue trail, but it's supposed to be some amazing views and a really cool fire tower. Obviously, I don't have time to do that today, so just sharing that information. People who have gone there said it's really awesome. And apparently, if you go to Cosby Campground, or there's a trailhead there at Cosby Campground, and I saw all kinds of day hikers, all kinds of shapes, so looked to me like anybody could hike up there. It almost looks like a stealth campsite. I do believe it is. Oh, and then somewhere back there, it's been cold and it was windy. And I was thinking, dadgum, I'm going to have to put my puffy back on, or my rain jacket, just to break this wind. Because, going downhill, you just don't exert as much energy. And it's like I stepped through a temperature zone. And I left the chilled Arctic air. And now I'm just in like normal air. In fact, I'm getting a little hot. I might have to take my long sleeve shirt off. Just like that. Crazy stuff, I tell you. Saw a few little red squirrels. The little squirrels with attitudes, like I've seen up north. Well, I don't know if they're the same type of squirrel, but they don't seem to have the attitude that those northern squirrels have. But they are cute. And they do fuss at me, just like their northern cousins. So, even though I haven't filmed a lot of the walk today, it has been a beautiful walk. Yes, there are some technical areas, but it's not bad. It's really not. Mostly downhill today. So, I'm going to keep wandering down this path now that it's kind of straightened itself out. And I'm not having to take giant jarring steps off log steps. I'll be home in my own bed tonight. It's kind of exciting. See my puppies. So in a couple miles here, we're going to run up on the Davenport Shelter. If it's Davenport Gap Shelter. So if it's right by the trail, I'll show you that. But if I got to walk to it, no. But supposedly it has the old chain link fence across the front of it, like all the shelters used to have here. I wanted to see that. Also, if I stayed there, I would have to hang my bag, because I think the rules are, even if you have a canister or a Ursack, they have to be hung. I didn't get that. That's why I got the Ursack, so I wouldn't have to hang it. I'm not sure about that. It just seems like I read it somewhere when I was reading the rules. A few more leaves on these rhododendrons. This looks pretty over here. I should be coming up on the shelter any minute now. And the path has been quite nice. And it looks really dark now, but it's only 5:12. It's just because there was some rain coming into the area, and it's supposed to rain tonight. I think that's why it's looking so gloomy. I am really glad I'm not spending the night tonight. I know I was telling a hiker, I don't know if I said this on the video, but cold is one thing. Wet and cold is another whole thing. Even if you have an umbrella, it's just everything gets this damp feeling. And damp and freezing cold, nah, no fun for this Florida girl. These last 3 miles, gee, you could almost run down them. Watch the rocks, they'll take you down. I took a knee back there. Not for any political reasons either, or religious or nothing. I stepped on one of those little rocks and did a little rock roll, and just with the perfect grace, I had my pole in front of me. I was actually coming down a step, and my brain went, protect the knee, protect the knee. And I just went into a slow, lowered lunge. No harm, no foul. My knee barely touched the ground. Yeah, hurrying like this, like I'm doing now, is a good time to fall down, because you're focused on getting somewhere and you're not watching and you're not as careful as you usually are. Anyway, this is the last 3 miles of the trail. Actually, this is a little steeper right here. Before this is just really nice. This is a steep part going into the shelter, because you know you have to have a climb when you leave a shelter. That's the law. And from there, I have 1 mile to the gap-ish, and then another mile, maybe a mile and a half to the parking lot. Well, I see the shelter down there. I don't know if you can see. It's the roof, the tin roof. So we'll see if it's on the trail or not. I can't recall. Yes, I'm afraid it's a little walk back to it, even though it didn't look far. But if you want to see what the Davenport Gap Shelter looks like, all you have to do is Google Davenport Gap Shelter, and you'll see a picture of it. Davenport Gap Shelter, that way. AT goes this way. Well, I guess this is the official end of the Smokies, the northern end. And Davenport Gap is right down here. I think this is 32. I have 1.5 miles to go to my pickup area. It's not even 6 yet. It is so dark. Especially going through those tunnels back there that still have leaves, and all the foliage is, even the night insects are making their night sounds. Okay, folks, I am almost done here. I think I have maybe 3/4 of a mile to go. And this is it. It's like the final steps of my Appalachian Trail journey. But my journey's not over, because I'm not leaving the trails. I thought I'd go ahead and do this here. Of course, there's an up. Why? Why is there an up at the end of the day and the end of a hike? Why? I guess it's the way it is. But anyway, I thought I already did my up. There is a little hill you have to go across before you get to the road. And I went up. It's another little up. What's one more up, huh? For old time's sake, AT, for old time's sake. It does seem lighter here. Thankfully. I was gonna have to get my headlamp out. There. Okay, now I got a downhill. And it's a steep. Alright, well, no looking at the phone, lest I take a head dive. So, this is Gator. I'll take a picture when I get to the final parking lot. But it's been a wonderful journey. Yes, the northern half of the Smokies are much better. More scenic, trails nicer, easier. So, alright, I'm going to head on down to the parking lot. Aww, and they threw in a power line walk. Because they know I like power lines. Well, usually because there's a view. This is kind of a down low power line. There's mountains over there. I saw mountains coming down the steps. Hear that? That's Interstate 40. Traffic. How do you know when it's your last blaze? I think I'll see more. Music to my ears. Happy little creek. Well, let me tell you, this last little bit has been steep down. Rough on knees that have been bounding down a mountain already all day. Faster than normal. I think I dawdled too much here. I was thinking that this last little bit was, just a kind of a road walkish. Not, I mean, look. Where are we? Port Clinton. The trail keeps going over this little creek here, and sometimes just kind of travel along beside it. It's always nice to have a little hike by a creek area. So if you're ever over this way, Davenport Gap area, you just want to do a little easy hike along a nice sounding creek, there you go. With some falls. Lovely. Well, I was going to be on time. Now I'm working on late. I had half a mile to go back there. That's before I pulled my phone out again. Oh, that's a nice treat now. Whew. Waterfalls all the way down. And I just came from over there. Oh, this last bit is a bit technical. What the heck? I don't even know if my ride's in the right spot. I mean, seriously. Oh, okay, phone. Putting the phone away. Wow. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I have completed the Appalachian Trail. Woo!
And the blaze is behind her.
I got touched my last blazes. I don't have any more energy.
No, this was a big day.
Woo! It might not be Katahdin, but oh my God. Let's see, 14 years in the making.
Congratulations. You're officially, well, I guess as a thru hiker 2,000 miles, you already officially were one. But now you're a complete hiker.
Yes, I completed the trail.
Congratulations. All right. Now we get to drive back to home.
Yes. Food.
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 All right.